And that's the guy, if you're Western Michigan, who you'd want the puck on his stick. And you wonder, how does Matty Davis continue to do it when guys like Alex Bump are bearing in on you all throughout the overtime? And if you're Pat Ferschweiler and you're talking to your team about reloading above the puck, keeping things simple and getting pucks in and around the net, and that is what Western did. They got back to the fundamentals of what made them so successful through that first 40 minutes of the hockey game, and now we get ready to start that double overtime game. And Butchie, these two teams, they played in the tournament in 2011, and Denver won in double overtime.
That was the Midwest Regional semifinal in Green Bay, Wisconsin, 14 years ago. With, yes, the only other time these two teams have met in the NCAA tournament. Denver winning 3-2 in double overtime. Someone's going to win this game 3-2, possibly in double overtime. Michaels for the win! He scores! Owen Michaels is the hero for Western Michigan.
Now remember here, Butchie, as Western Michigan celebrates, all goals in overtime have to be cleared. What are they looking for? Offsides? They're looking for, did a puck go out of play and hit the netting and come back in? Running through all of the check marks to make sure that this is a good goal. And I do expect it to be a good goal as the officials come back out on the ice. But that is the protocol in the NCAA tournament in overtime.
There's the point to center ice, and now it's official.
And now David Carl, he can challenge this if he wants. He can challenge for a major. He can challenge for a major would be the only thing that he would challenge for in overtime, because they look at everything else on their own. I don't expect that to happen, but right now, and it looks like David Carl is putting his hands on the back of his players' jersey saying, yeah, boys, it's over, and he's coming out to shake hands. But that is the protocol here in the NCAA tournament, as Owen Michaels and his team will celebrate the 2 overtime win for the Western Michigan Broncos.
Second goal of the game for the 22-year-old from Detroit, Michigan, Owen Michaels. They were both absolute snipe shows, too. That was a perfectly placed shot. The only way you were beating Matt Davis in the NCAA tournament was with shots like we saw tonight from Western Michigan. It's their first Frozen Four game in school history, and now they're 1 win away from the biggest moment in athletic school history, a national championship. Pat Ferschweiler was the man who took over for Andy Murray, and it's been nothing but 20-win seasons, and now Quint Kestic, he's 1 win away from a national championship.
Slippery on fresh ice. Congratulations, Coach. You made it.
We did. I thought we played great all game, honestly. They pushed their champions, so they put a hard push on in the third. We couldn't quite resist it all, but I thought we pushed right back in overtime, and we're quality. We played Bronco hockey all day long.
What was going through your mind when they made that push and tied it up at 2 and had all sorts of momentum?
Well, we knew it was coming. I mean, they're champions. It's what they are. They're great. They're a well-coached team, but we also are calm. And we were able to push back, regather ourselves in the break, and I thought we were the better team in the overtime.
You were. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now the handshakes. Players' careers coming to an end, like Connor Capone, Carter King, Matt Davis, and of course this is obviously about the players first. And there's Davis. What a performance. He will go down as a legendary goalie. He was the reason they won the national championship last year, and he would have been the reason why they won tonight, Colby. And there's Dad looking on again. It's about the players, but also about the parents. Been watching their boys play hockey since they were 5, 6, 7 years old, and they don't know, when they'll do it again. But he'll get a shot at the next level with his ECHL and try to work his way up.
And he was so good.
And there's E. Bouillon, Colby. He's off to the NHL.
Yeah, Matt Davis, just to finish your thought there, was so good. And how different it can be for Zeev Buium, who you mentioned it. He'll be playing for the Minnesota Wild probably sometime in the next 48 hours. But, you know, going back to Pat Ferschweiler and what he said, they were the better team for 2 of the 3 periods. They were the better team in the first overtime, so it was only a matter of time before they found a way to break through and beat that man right there, Matt Davis. And now Quint is standing with the overtime hero, Owen Michaels.
Owen, congratulations. What happened?
Not too sure. Kind of blacked out, but just saw the puck there, had some space, and just figured I'd put it on net, and unfortunately it went in.
It appeared that you guys were controlling this game until they made a run at you. At that stage, what was going through your mind?
You know, we never lost our belief. You know, that's one thing we refused to lack is belief in each other and ourselves. We knew they were going to come with a push. They're a familiar opponent, hell of a team, and, you know, just 2 teams going at it, fighting for their lives.
What was going on in the locker room before that the extra overtime?
Same thing we've been doing in between periods this whole year. Just we got the belief. We know we're the group that's going to make history for this program, and, you know, hell of a game.
Congratulations.